everyone, Erum here, back with another video for the Creative Coloring with Erum video series. Today I'm thrilled to share not one but three bold and stylish unisex cards. These cards are perfect for any occasion and you can easily customize them. Stay tuned. Let's start with the first card featuring a dramatic background with a pop of color. And I'd like to add here that if you want to make this card more masculine, just change the color or swap the butterfly with a coffee mug or another element. Or if you're looking to add a feminine touch, a bit of glitter cardstock will do the trick. I will use Modern Leaves press plate and the Modern Leaves background coloring stencil set. Place the Modern Leaves press plate on the Better Press system and apply Obsidian Pigment Ink covering the entire plate. Secure the A2 cotton panel with glue tape and run it through the machine. Here's a tip for you. Applying the glue tape behind the panel helps secure it so you won't need to adhere the panel with satin tape from the front. This allows for full ink coverage. Once the panel is ready, I will first apply jet black fresh dye ink to the panel, starting from the periphery so that it's darker than the center. Then I will apply Dark Night Crisp dye ink. For a darker edge, I switch to a mini blending brush and apply it with a heavy hand. You can even apply Dark Night first and then jet black later. Remember to keep the center lighter for a dramatic effect. I will stamp a butterfly from the Dovetail Butterflies stamp set in Obsidian Pigment Ink on Classic Crest Solar White cardstock. Then I will stamp its full layer using Aqualicious fresh dye ink. You can use any coloring medium to color this if you don't want to stamp or just want to color and add shading. For added drama, apply Teal Cave fresh dye ink to the edges of the stamp. Soften the ink edges with your finger or a blending tool and stamp over the ink layer again. Again, you can do this using a blending brush and adding a darker ink to the edges. Using a micro blending brush and Dark Night Crisp dye ink, add light inking around the edges of the butterfly. I'm only doing this so that it slightly coordinates with the background. You can use the coordinating die to cut the butterfly image, but I wanted to fussy cut mine. So here I am using the fine scissors from Altenew to do just that. Use the brush pen from the fine liner pen set to cover the white edge of the butterfly image. To add dimension, use your nail to hold the butterfly image from the edge of the butterfly's body and slightly bend the wing. Repeat on the other side too. You can also use the tweezers to do this. Apply foam tape behind the body and adhere to the card front. I love how the background looks. The drama of the dark inks really looks really cool, but what enhances it more is the lighter center compared to the edges of the cardstock. The second card features a personalized monogram and rich texture. There are tons of different ways to do this too. You can add a pattern to the background and add a label die that's of color with a glittery or metallic monogram for one, or swap around with just these elements. You can even add that butterfly instead of the monogram or the chess pieces that Altenew came up with. I will prepare another panel with the Modern Leaves design. Then use the Modern Leaves background stencil one to add inking to just the leaves. At first I couldn't figure out the placement, so I first placed the stencil with the branches, then layered the leaf stencil on top. Once I figured out the placement, I removed the branch stencil. I used the detail blending brush to add Dark Night Crisp dye ink to the leaves, ensuring the ink was deeper at the base and lighter at the tips. This is something that you really don't have to worry too much about while inking. You just have to add color. Now I stuck to the Dark Night because I really like this color. You can use any color you want to. I will use the largest die from the Labels and Tags 1 die set and cut out the shape. I will use the Crafty Necessities 3x6 solid cardstock set in Lagoon and cut a strip that's slightly larger than 1.75 in width from one of the panels and emboss it with the Crystal Wall 3D embossing folder. I will add score lines to the card front. So I will add 3 consecutive score lines, skip 2, then add 3 more, skip 2, and so on. As this is a landscape orientation card, my score lines are vertical. This adds a subtle but gorgeous classy texture which goes with the chic look I am going for. Next, I will adhere the embossed strip to the card front with instant dimension foam tape and then adhere the die cut frame with foam tape as well. It's after putting everything together, I thought I should add a bit of inking. So I lightly started to apply ink to the edges of this embossed panel and also to the frame using a mini blending brush and leftover dark nitrous dyeing. I thought the inking on the embossed panel looked really cool. It looked bland before. I die cut the letter T from the classic alphabet die set from plain white cardstock a couple of times, ink the first layer with Aqualicious fresh dye ink, then add a bit of dark night inking with micro blending brush to make it look slightly crunchy. Now you can also use the Lagoon cardstock to do this, but I wanted this to be like really inky, so that's why I used the Aqualicious to ink the die cut. I pulled out my gem sparkles to see which ones will look good. I thought the silver metallic ones will match too, but chose to go with the black onyx gem sparkles. I adhered 2 gems from the black onyx gem sparkles on the side of the label die cut. It's at this point I added some to the butterfly's body too. I stamped a sentiment from the Sentiment Strips 3 stamp set in Obsidian Pigment Ink, cut it into a strip and adhered to the card front. I did the same for the first card as well. Next, we have a card with a banner and a touch of string for added texture and a hint of shine. So this is the leftover piece from the previous card. It's wide enough for me to adhere it as is and add it horizontally to the width of the card or use it slightly at an angle, but I will use it as a banner. This is approximately 2.25 by 4.25. I will also be using the Halftone Hearts nesting die set to cut out a couple of hearts from white cardstock, and I will ink the first layer, then stack the rest. Alright guys, I lost quite a bit of footage here, but I will explain what I did. I turned the piece of cardstock around with the leafy pattern and using a ruler found a center point. Now I marked this about an inch or so from the edge. This cut depends on how deep you want your fishtail cut to be. I wanted mine to be just medium. Then I used the fine scissors from both corners and made cuts to the marked point. And that's how I ended up with the banner. For the top layer of the heart die cut, I used Aqualicious fresh dye ink to ink the die cut. And then for the edges, I used Dark Night Crisp dye ink to add depth and dimension. I made sure not to touch the center or middle portion and keep the Dark Night to the edges only. It was just like how I inked the monogram, the T die cut. For the sentiment, I used the Versatile Greetings die set and cut it from black cardstock and offset from white cardstock. I will use liquid adhesive to adhere these together. And if you are wondering what a hairpin is doing on my desk, I used it to unclog the glue tip. I just can't find my paper piercer anywhere. Before adhering everything together, I will add splatters with a paintbrush from Jet Black ink spray on the card front. Then adhere the banner on the left-hand side with instant dimension foam tape. Roll a bit of silky lilac thread from the metallic thread set to add texture and shine before placing the heart with foam tape. You can also add a bit of liquid adhesive to secure this well. After this, I will adhere the sentiment die cut hugs over the heart with foam tape. To add a little more shine, I will adhere a few metallic gem sparkles in silver. And that's it. All my cards are ready. I hope you enjoyed these quick and easy cards that look super chic too. Add glitter cardstock for your female friends or swap the color to make it more masculine. Also try using 2 colors for added vibrancy. I have so many ideas buzzing in my head that I could go on and on. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you enjoyed this tutorial, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more creative ideas. See you next time. Bye.
Hello there! Did that video just spark your creativity? And do you want more project ideas and inspiration videos too? Well, if you do, please make sure that you subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you do click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye!